Hi everyone, welcome at this movie for my company enlighteningmediaandcoaching.com. Every time I want to talk about another subject, and this time it is radiance. Why? Because radiance is the main topic on my mind for already a long time. Because radiance is everywhere in this modern world. It's coming from our cell phones, and how bigger and more expensive your cell phone is, how more dangerous it is to your body actually. Okay, the wireless hotspots, Wi-Fi, are everywhere in big cities, but they're plopping out in smaller cities also, everywhere. You know, in the past, I could book a vacation and I would go to a hotel and I would enjoy myself, sleep great, and come home refreshed. Now I have to call a hotel. Is there wireless in the room? How many wireless networks are there in the hotel? Because if I know that in a hotel are 30 wireless networks, I can't sleep anyway. So it has no use for me to go on vacation in a hotel where there is radiance everywhere. Okay, am I exaggerating? Am I being a drama queen? Am I being too sensitive? No, not at all. Because radiance is highly dangerous for our health. And I cannot say this with more power than I do now. Because I feel so, I know so. I am a journalist. I have traveled the world. I have so many journalists in my, uh, um, that are friends of mine, colleagues. I know scientists. I do my research well. But on top of that, I feel what I feel. And what I feel is always right. Okay, so no doctor is gonna tell me anything. No government is gonna tell me anything. Because most of them are lying. Okay, what you feel inside and what your body tells you is the truth. And let nobody tell you differently. Okay, even if everybody is not believing in you, if you feel so and you have thought about it and you have a couple of times you have let it go, okay, go into the cosmos, and then after a while you feel it again and again and again, and you feel so strongly that they are not right and that you have to go away from your house or from your work or anywhere where you feel that it is not safe for your body to be healthy, in a healthy state, then go. Okay, I will explain you what is going on in our body and how radiance is working and why it is everywhere and why not anybody does anything about it. Okay, so the radiance is coming from our smartphones, and how bigger and more expensive and newer it is, how more dangerous it is to your health. Because the old small mobile phones from a couple of years ago were not that dangerous. Even I could call it with it like an hour or two max. And then I would feel something. Now I put this Samsung Galaxy on, and trust me, I love gadgets, okay? Um, so everything that is on it, I love it. I love the gaming, I love Facebook, I love Gmail, I love LinkedIn, and I love the photo programs, Instagram. I love it. But I got this thing, I put it on, and it was like what I felt were tinkling on my face. Like, and when I hold it like this, you want to read an email, like, what? Then, it felt like there were knives just cutting my face, or I was bleeding, and my eyes were started hurting, and even my tongue was swelling up. And when I hold it like this, it gets less. And there's also like a state called, it's for like an airplane, so that the telephone um, is not radiating anything. In that state, I put it on in my bedroom, Because when you have the smartphone, you just do it off. Put it off. I'm sorry for my English. Um, then even when it's off, every few like 10 seconds, it makes a connection with the base station, with the antenna in your neighborhood. So even in your sleep, it's like it stops and it goes on and on and on the whole day. Okay. We have the radiance of Wi-Fi, of your smartphone, your microwave. And let's start with what radiance is and how it works. Okay, so I will explain it from the microwave state. You put in food in your microwave, put it on, and you don't see radiance. Okay, you only feel it. And this radiance are waves, okay? And your food is this atom, and the waves get to the atom, and it goes faster and faster, and it heats up. And with this radiance in the microwave, your food is hot and you can eat it. Okay? Wi-Fi is exactly the same as microwave radiance, but then a little more subtle. So what we do with our cells is buying this router. You buy this wireless radiance device. You put it into your home and let it beam. In Holland, we work with meters. 30 meters around it, you can connect with this station. Even your neighbors, they sit in your radiance. Do they choose for that? No, but you buy this router and you just beam it up onto the street and you sleep in it, you eat in it, you live in it. So you're a piece of flesh and you're putting yourself in a subtle microwave. It's like bizarre. And what I think is bizarre also is that I've been talking about this for 10 years, about the antennas outside, about microwave radiance. And people were like, yeah, right, she's totally crazy. And I'm like, can't you just, what is wrong with your head that you cannot just think logical about what radiance is? We are all beings of frequency. And there is this movie, if you go to YouTube, there is this movie called something like We Are Beings of Frequency. You have to see it because then you understand. We are beings of frequency, and like how the higher your frequency is, the more developed your intuition and your third eye is, your feelings. And the lower your frequency, you can lower your frequency by drinking, using drugs, coffee, just things that are not good for your body, but also being in bad habits, depression, having all these sad emotions with you that you don't work on and you don't release. You lower your energy. Or by being in a bad environment, of having a bad relationship with people that are not good for you. You lower your frequency. How higher you get, how more you let go, how more healthy you live, the more you feel what is not right. Okay, in the last couple of years, I've been releasing, been detoxing, and the new energy since 21 December 2012, it has raised up the earth grid, but also our DNA has been raised, and we have let go so many patterns and bad habits and emotions that, oh my god, we are lifting ourselves up. And I'm suddenly going crazy in big cities by all the sounds and the radiance. Like I was in the McDonald's in Amsterdam. 61 Wi-Fi networks on my smartphone, and I went to this boss in the McDonald's. That, for your information, I don't eat McDonald's, but I just go there to the toilet while shopping, okay? Because McDonald's hamburgers contain 15% real meat and the rest is ammonia and meat filler. I will always, I always get sick after McDonald's. But okay, we're not talking about McDonald's at this moment. I'm sorry. I went there and I asked, why are there so many networks in your restaurant? And people, they call McDonald's a restaurant. Okay. Okay, so I was in this McDonald's restaurant and he said, well, there are wireless connection between the cash decks. And there's a wireless connection to there and there and there. It was like they put on wireless devices now everywhere. Why? We had this TV with a wire. My computer had a wire and it worked out fine. And I didn't complain about anything. But it is the human ego. And, I'm not complaining to the government that much because who is buying this smartphone? I do. Because my ego wants a new gadget. I want games on it. I want to make photos. I want to be one of everyone. Because my friends were telling me, you need WhatsApp because everybody is using WhatsApp. So you have to buy this new smartphone. It's free. And I was happy with my old phone. But now I have this smartphone and I see all the gadgets on it. And my ego is like, wow. And I can never live ever without this smartphone anymore. And people's ego, they want, if there's a commercial with, you have this new flat screen with wireless this and that, and you can have all these channels from all around the world, you need it. Then the ego is like, yes, I cannot live without that anymore. I need to buy this now. And especially in America, this mind control with commercials is so strong. If Jennifer Lopez says, you need to buy this shirt because then you're hot and sexy, so many percent of the women actually the next morning is lying in front of a shop because she thinks she needs that. I would say with this new energy, people are more aware what is good and wrong and what is manipulation and what's not. Apparently, it's still happening. Are they not awakened yet? Is this coming? Do they need to be really ill, like cancer or leukemia, before they get it? I don't know, but that is none of my problem. What I do is I'm a journalist. I have my sources. I have my feelings. I know exactly what I feel. And I know that radiance is one of the most dangerous things at this moment on Earth. And what I know is at this moment it is the #1 disease maker in the world. Okay? In the modern world. And you should be even happy if you're living out in the bush and not have this problem, because it's like a big problem now, huge. And it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Why? Because, well, I live in Europe and I don't want to compare countries, but in my country, the government is not listening at all. They're not listening to any restriction. They're not listening to people's complaints. They're not bothered by our health. And what I see in my neighbor countries, Germany, France, Belgium, but even in Portugal, there are restrictions for radiance. Okay? The government is concerning about the health. And I don't know what it is about my country, but my government has actually taken 4 billion from the telecom provider companies to start with the 4G network this year. So in a couple of months, my whole country is covered with 4G. My friends and I and my readers are like, what is going on? How is it possible the government knowing, actually they do know, they get the thousands, 100,000 complaints of people that don't want it, that are totally allergic to radiance. They know all the research. They know it is scientifically already proven 10 years ago how dangerous radiance is. And they take 4 billion to roll out a 4G network. What is doing that with us? Okay. At this moment we have 3G, which is almost 1 million times higher radiance than we can humanly take. Okay? We are not made for radiance. We are made to live with the radiance of the sun. That is enough radiance for us. Energy fields of other people are radiance, and the radiance from the ground, from the earth. That is what we can handle. Okay? Why are dentists making a picture of you standing behind a wall? Because it is so dangerous that they are, they work in this radiance all the time that they get cancer. What we do living with our smartphones and our wireless is putting ourselves in such a dangerous, unhealthy world. We're making ourselves really, really sick. What can we get of radiance? What are the... I can tell my story, okay? It started with living in the house where I live now. The first day I was here and I went to sleep and I woke up. I looked in the mirror and I saw this, like, a tiring symptom I actually never have. Never. Yeah, when I go out till 8 in the morning and I don't sleep and I drink a lot of alcohol, I look tired. But if I have a normal sleep and I will be awake, I have this gleaming skin and I don't look tired and I have like flashing eyes. And I live super healthy, biological, often vegetarian. I drink a lot of water, you know. I exercise. I have fun in life. So I shouldn't look tired or sick. So that was the first night. And I thought it was strange, maybe because I just moved in here, whatever. But during the day, it comes here in your head. I feel like there's a belt around your neck, around your head. And I felt like it was coming in here. But I felt this tingling on my skin, but also on my arms, everywhere. I was like, what is this? Am I getting sick? And I was getting hot, cold, hot, cold. And in a few hours, it came in here. So this is the point for the heart chakra. And it came in and I felt... And it stopped. Like, in one day I got to live here, heart rhythm disorders. Okay, and I'm a young woman. I live healthy. It shouldn't be that way. So the first day I was sitting here on the couch and I thought, I'm gonna die here. I know so. Something is not good at all. I put on my laptop and I see like 6 wireless networks. I was like, oh no, because once I was sleeping at my father's house and I couldn't sleep all night. And I went downstairs. I said, Dad, I don't know. I can't sleep. That's nothing for me. What could it be? And he said, well, there's one thing. I have this wireless router since yesterday. And we put it off. And immediately there was rest and peace. Inner peace. And I went to sleep. I slept 8 hours in a row. And what wireless does is your body knows something is not right. What do you do instinctively? You know, you get stressed. Your heart starts beating fast. You get sweaty. You feel like there is something that's making me really sick. Okay? What I feel also is that your body is fighting against the radiance all the time. It uses a lot of vitamin B, B12, magnesium, calcium. And so even if you're eating healthy and biological, your body uses so much vitamins, you get sick all the time. Like you have these flus and like the lymph here and here. And the points, the acupressure points of your heart chakra, actually, it feels like there are little stones here. The heart is here. It goes from there, and the other side, the acupressure points are here and here. And if you massage them, you feel that it is not healthy. And your skin gets a little bit raw, not shiny anymore. You feel really tired when you wake up. And you feel also you're not enjoying waking up. Normally I would sleep and I would wake up and I was like, wow, I'm going for the day and I feel like doing this or that. Okay, I don't feel that. I feel like all the muscles are tired and painful when I wake up. I feel my heart beating. And I feel this tinkling everywhere. And it's not, I have done everything about it to get this radiance more or less in my house, and nothing worked. First, I wrote letters to all my neighbors. I live with 16 people around here. Everyone has a Wi-Fi router except me. First, I began to starting, ringing their door, bringing information about Wi-Fi, how dangerous it is, and maybe if they can put it off when they don't internet and only put it on when you internet. Well, 2 of them take this seriously. The rest of them was like, oh, you're totally whacked. Well, I don't care about that. But that is how people, dumb people, sorry for the term, it's not very spiritual, but then if you don't feel this or make a logical sense out of it, you're just dumb. And maybe it is because you don't have the information access yet. Okay, that's fine. Well, get into the information and let yourself be informed about what Wi-Fi is. And take a cable instead of the Wi-Fi router. Just throw it off, okay? Inform your neighbors about the danger of Wi-Fi and that they can put it off when they don't internet and only on when they do. So put it off in the night. Don't sleep in radiance and get yourself sick. That is what you can do. After I went to the neighbors, I wrote these letters. So 13, 14 neighbors didn't listen at all. Then I started calling companies. So-called shielding companies that come home. They have all these devices and they measure the radiance. Okay, they went through my house and these devices went like and they said, well, this is so the radiance is so high that you can actually not live here anymore. And because the neighbor down and on the right, on the left, everywhere they have this router, it's like impossible to, you have this paint against Wi-Fi and you can, isolate the floor or the roof and live in this cage of Faraday, but it's like, it's so huge and it's coming from everywhere. It's, I need a lot of money to do so. So their advice was move as fast as you can because you're electrosensitive, you're more sensitive than other people. You are really sick by radiance in a few hours. You have to move. That was kind of hard to hear because it's something out of yourself. I don't use wireless internet and I cannot influence my neighbors at all. So I started to buy products. I went to on internet, and I used a lot of things. What helps just a little bit is this stone called hematite. Hematite. It's like a magnet, natural magnet. Yeah, you can put it into your bedroom or near your computer and it reflects radiance. You have this stone called tourmaline and this actually absorbs radiance, but it only works with small amounts of radiance. So when you put it on a microwave or near your TV and one on your computer, but it doesn't work with 13 Wi-Fi networks in your house. This poor little stone won't work. But it does help a little bit. And you have to clean them like every day instead of every week because of the high radiance. What helps you is grounding. Because when you ground, radiance is going to the ground through your body. Um, this looks very odd, but this is actually yeah, how do you call that? In Holland we say versteend hout. So it's like stoned wood. It's 16 million years old. And it grounds you. You can wear also small amounts around your neck to stay grounded throughout the day. But when you just sit and watch TV, this helps to ground you. What does clears the air is orgonite, and this is made by a friend of mine. You can find the way you make it on internet, YouTube. Just teach in how to make orgonite. I believe it is. It started with Nikola Tesla, who figured this out, but it really works. I have to say, you can make this bigger and bigger, and a friend of mine has one on his balcony, like this huge, with all these copper staves in it. And it actually even clears out chemtrails in the sky. And if you don't know what chemtrails are, please Google chemtrails, because in the most modern Western countries, they spray out chemtrails around us, above our head. Which causes asthma with children, ADD, ADHD, headaches, migraines, etc. I hope that will stop also. That helps to stay grounded and to detoxify yourself. This is a crystal. This one is like a twin crystal. You put it like this near your feet, and it takes out bad energy. Well, that only helps you grounded, but it doesn't help against the radiance. I'm sorry. All these shielding companies can work. Like if you're only having one neighbor at the right with Wi-Fi, you can paint this wall with anti-Wi-Fi paint. That can help. Thick walls, like in new houses, thick walls help also. Copper in the floor to ground does help. But actually, because I was feeling ill all the time, I went also through these psychics, and my intuition is really high. And these spiritual psychics said, everything around you is a reflection of your inner world. That is true, actually. Second, they said, all the radiance outside you, you can protect yourself against that. So it's like reprogramming yourself. I'm not feeling Wi-Fi. It's not there. I can handle the situation. Well, I've been here for 2 years, and I'm really strong in visualization and meditation. It's my job. I can do this really well. Even if I have a shortage of vitamin B, I do this meditation to send myself vitamin B, and I don't have the shortage anymore. Like I went to the hospital and I had a B shortage, and I needed injections, the doctor said. Well, they always say you need medicine and injections. I meditated 3 days in a row to get vitamin C, and I sent it myself. Every molecule is vitamin B. Went to the hospital, and I didn't have a shortage at all in 3 days without any injections. So I know how visualization works. And then this psychic said to me that it's just not there. Just breathe through your belly. Wi-Fi isn't there. And then I said, okay, well, shall I put you in a microwave and put it on 1 minute heat? And then see if you, with your meditation, are not blowing up at all or not heating up. That's the same thing. It's just, I am a totally spiritual being. Everyone is. But I'm really present in that. and awaked. And what I can feel really mad about is people that are saying these things like outer world is inner world. Correct. You don't feel Wi-Fi if you're really centered and grounded. Bullshit. I get really angry about that. Wi-Fi is developed by the army in the Cold War. It's used to make the enemy sick. Okay, it says enough. They place this Wi-Fi with the enemy. What it does is, we all have our natural aura field. It is all energy. Wi-Fi breaks your natural wall, your protection. It just comes right through. So normally I'm creating this huge vortex or ball around me for protection, and I go to the world and to the city, and I have this protection. I don't get sick. I feel strong. I feel powered, energized. And with Wi-Fi, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And it's like, no, I'm getting dizzy. I get this heart disease order. I get this tinkling. My third eye is like, crap. It's like, working properly. And I have done all these techniques. I've tried everything. I have all these anti-Wi-Fi devices. Nothing actually works. And that it is used by the army to make the enemy sick says enough. And it also says enough that it is a form of microwave radiance, that your brains are heating up the whole time, but then in a lightlier form than a microwave. Okay, what I feel is why you have behind, you have the parasympathicus. And I don't know what it is in English, but in Holland we say parasympathicus. It is an organ that, um, it deals with, it makes hormones like melatonin, serotonin. It's taking care of your stress levels, so you're sleeping. It works on that. So if your brains are heating, you get panic attacks, suicide thoughts, chaotic thoughts. You get all these physical things, but also cancer, leukemia, DNA mutation. It's all a cause. ADD, ADHD. Why isn't there ADHD and ADD in third world countries, but only in modern countries? Think about that. And think about why a government is not telling us the truth about the danger of Wi-Fi. Maybe because they can sell pills because we get sick. Maybe it's with the pharmaceutical industry, it's a deal. I don't know, but my government is not telling the truth about the dangers of radiance. And please protect yourself against radiance. Move to a house with no radiance. Take internet with cable. You have these magnets stickers for behind your smartphone. Those help a little bit, but try to not hold too long with your smartphone, and don't wear it in your pocket. And don't get scared by this story, but know that where you're living it and how much radiance there is, and listen to your intuition. When something is not good, go away. When people don't believe you, let them speak. Believe your own truth. Okay? Be enlightened, be yourself, and trust your instincts on this one. Okay, bye bye.